Welcome to Getting Unstuck with Wendy B. Thank you for showing up, and I'm just thrilled that you're here. So let's go to what we're gonna. Whoops! I just did a big bang here. We're gonna work on or look at apologies, the 5 languages of apology. And why I thought I would do that is I had an experience this week, and the fellow wanted to get complete with me, and his way of getting complete didn't really work for me because he kept making me wrong. So it was really neat about like, well, what was there for me? And so I ordered this book, The 5 Languages of Apology. I just led a seminar on intimate love, and it was a 3-part series, and I led the first part, and then 4 other women led the second part, and one of the women brought up this the 5 languages of apology. We went over the 5 love languages and then the 5 languages of apology. So I thought it would be really cool because I discovered one of the reasons why I really didn't get his apology, and I'll just quickly look at it, is I didn't get he was genuinely repenting. Like, I'll try not to do that again. It was sort of like, well, it's up to you. If you don't do this, I won't do this, right? So I just thought it would be powerful for us to look at that. And it's not going to be a long Facebook Live, but I haven't even started reading the book. I'm going to start reading it this week, and every week I'll bring something up. So my name is Wendy Bergen, and I am a transformational solution coach, and I alter your perceptions of yourself and others one conversation at a time. So that's really exciting. And I'm also the author of a best-selling book called Getting Unstuck, 30 Ways to Turn Your Limiting Barriers into Clarity, Freedom, and Power. And you can get that on Amazon on digital or paperback. So I'm really excited about that. So have you ever experienced people saying they're sorry and it doesn't land for you? Really, right? So this is why I'm bringing this up. And everybody accepts apology differently. You know, I've heard people say, I mediate people in when they're having disagreements, and I've heard people say, you know, I'm sorry, and someone said, doesn't cut it, right? And I never quite understood it. Like, I understood that the saying sorry wasn't enough, but I didn't understand that there's a different language to apologies, and that each person experiences it differently. It says that real life involves real people who make real mistakes, and I agree with this. Like, the other thing I want to share about this fellow that what came to me is, like, I really got he was committed to getting complete with me, and he had a commitment. Not his behavior wasn't acceptable. It wasn't workable in a situation, and what I left him with was that as long as he was making me wrong and wanting me to own another part of it, it was not cleanly done. Like, he needed to own his part 100% and not look for me for anything. And if he came to me that way, I could have accepted it. But when I kept hearing, unfortunately, I asked for a third party to be involved in this conversation, because my experience of this fellow before was it wasn't safe for me to be alone with him, because it would just be this power struggle, and I wasn't willing to have that happen. So I had a third trusted person be there, and the fellow who was getting complete with me knew about this. Like I said, hey, if you want to have another conversation with me, I don't feel comfortable by myself with you, so I'm inviting you to allow so-and-so to be there. And we need to both trust so-and-so, and if so-and-so says stop, we need to stop. And he agreed to that. So just so you know, I didn't surprise him or anything. But what I realize now, after the fact, is that I might have been able to shift it a little, but where I got stuck was I didn't feel that he was responsible for the impact of his previous behavior. And not that I can make him see that, but it was like I had to be straight at the end of the conversation and just say, I would never recommend anybody to go to you right now until you expand in this area. And it truly was a blind spot for him. He felt that him saying the things that he said, I should be fine with it, and I wasn't. It was blame over here at me and him not getting the impact of his inappropriate behavior. So I don't know if you've experienced stuff like that, but I just thought it would be really neat to explore. I don't have the right answer. I'm just exploring this because this is all new to me. I've read the 5 love languages, but in the back of the book it says, I said I was sorry. So in real life involves real people who make real mistakes, and sometimes saying I'm sorry just isn't enough. And the need for apologies impacts all human relationships. And, I've been taught that, when we break our word or are cleaning up or apologizing, we need to compensate. Like, is there something I can do to compensate for this, right? Even if it was a mistake not meant, right? Then even that, most of the time people go, no, that's okay, but you were willing to do restitution. And that's how I look at when we're cleaning something up with people. Are we willing to do restitution? A lot of times we just don't. We want to avoid being with the impact. It's like, no, I said I'm sorry, and they should accept that. It's like, no, sometimes we need to be open to doing restitution, even if it was a mistake and we didn't mean it. So the good news is that you can learn the art of apology through their research and interactions with hundreds of individuals. Counselor Dr. Jennifer Thomas and Dr. Jerry Chapman, author of The Revolutionary, The 5 Love Languages, has discovered 5 fundamental aspects or language of apology. So express regret, I'm sorry, accepting responsibility, I was wrong, making restitution, what can I do to make it right, and genuinely repenting, I'll try to not do that again, and requesting forgiveness, will you please forgive me. And when I did the test, there's a little test, and I don't know if I can put it in the link after this runs or not, but I'm going to see. I'm learning to be more techie, so maybe I can put the link in so that you can try the 5 love language and test and the apology one. But anyways, when I look at this, like, I always thought it was just restitution, but restitution or not, that making restitution, what could I do to make it right, was the a really good way to apologize. But not everybody, that wouldn't be acceptable to everybody, so it's neat to know that. And in the 5 languages of apology, you will learn how to recognize your own primary apology language while speaking the language of those you love. Understanding and applying the 5 languages of apology will greatly enhance all of your relationships. So I just thought I would put that out there and get your mind thinking, and I'm going to see if I can get the link in here so that you can do the 5 languages of apology and see what your primary apology language, and get your friends, your loved ones, to do the test, and then you know, what theirs is, so that maybe this will, you know, we need to do anything we can to cause peace today. With COVID happening, there's so many people stressed and together more and hanging out together more. So let's have some fun with this. And like I say, there isn't a right way, but the more we understand one another, the healthier our relationships are. So thank you for coming to Getting Unstuck with Wendy B. Don't forget, you can go on Amazon and look for my book, which is way cheaper than the one I just bought on the Apology. This is Getting Unstuck, 30 Ways to Turn Your Limiting Barriers into Clarity, Freedom, and Power. And I promise that you will move forward in any area of your life if you read a chapter and you do answer the questions authentically. You will move yourself forward. So thank you for listening. And I have been neglectful lately. I haven't been on at 12 noon. I've had a lot of things going on, and I will try to be at least once a week on Facebook Live and my Thriving at 60 podcast. I've been neglectful of that. I usually do a weekly podcast, and I've only been doing like 1 or 2 a month. So I want to get back on track with that. So thank you for your understanding, and have an awesome Sunday. And I will talk to you later. And if you're reading this or listening to this after, please put something in the comment. It means a lot to me if you put something in the comment that you see some value, you hear something resonates with you. Come back and just say hi, or yeah, that resonated. Yeah, I understand. Okay, thanks. Have a great day. Talk to you later. And go to my Facebook page, Getting Unstuck with Wendy B, or Thriving at 60, or look at wendybergen.com. You can get a hold of me on my website, wendybergen.com. Thank you. Bye now.